Apple is anticipated to reveal its first Air iPhone next September. Even smaller than the iPhone 6 at the time, this iPhone 17 Air will replace the Plus variant owing to dismal sales. The introduction of this new model is greatly anticipated, but some prospective purchasers may be disappointed by this essential feature. Indeed, the iPhone 17 Air is apparently not having the optimum battery life. While Apple has made a lot of effort to extend battery life as much as possible, the shortage of space properly explains this challenge. In a fresh social media post, user U1122, previously recognized for numerous claims that proved out to be correct, published the iPhone 17 Air spec sheet. According to Apple, it has managed to put a 2800 mAh battery inside its smartphone. The Cupertino firm expects that 60 to 70% of customers will be able to go through a full day with this battery. For the rest, it will be essential to recharge before sundown. With such a little battery, the iPhone 17 Air might therefore achieve the standards of the iPhone 12. While software updates might increase battery life, many analysts anticipate the introduction of the C1 processor, already seen on the iPhone 16, to rescue the day. This 5G modem, created by Apple, replaces Qualcomm's processors for cellular communication. It integrates considerably better with Apple's design, greatly lowering the power consumption needed for operation. The advances over the iPhone 16e are evident, making the entry-level phone one of the most desirable in terms of battery life. The iPhone 17 Air should take advantage of its slimness to be a real featherweight. In his social media post, user U1122 states a total weight of 145 grams. If this data were to be validated, the phone would therefore be as hefty as the second-generation iPhone SE or the iPhone 13 mini. As the iPhone 16 continues to make its way, focus is already moving to its successor, the iPhone 17. Between a drastically overhauled look and projected technical breakthroughs, what does Apple have in store for its 2025 release? According to concordant information from several sources close to the brand's operations, Apple is developing a range of at least 4 models for autumn 2025. 1. This range would include iPhone 17. 2. iPhone 17 Air, or maybe as a successor for the Plus. 3. iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Pro Max, which might be called iPhone 17 Ultra. The main event would be the debut of the iPhone 17 Air, a model that will emphasize on thinness, following a trend noticed among other manufacturers. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman feels that this Air model might be much more popular and better for Apple's results than the Mini or Plus phones, even if it won't shatter sales records versus the Pro versions. Leaker Majin Buu has revealed on his X account what seems like early prototypes of the iPhone 17 Air. While his information has frequently proved to be right, caution is urged. This Air posture, already successfully explored on MacBooks and iPads, would try to attract a new consumer base while opening the road for future slimmer iPhone Pros and foldable devices. The iPhone 17 Pro Max, meanwhile, might inherit the Ultra label to underline its distinction in terms of durability and performance, akin to the Apple Watch Ultra. The iPhone 17 generation promises to be a stylistic change, mainly noted by the debut of the iPhone 17 Air. The models, dummies, posted by leaker Sonny Dixon on X and the films transmitted on YouTube, reveal a gadget of extraordinary refinement. A big alteration would also await the iPhone 17 and notably its Pro version on the back, the removal of the square picture module in favor of a horizontal bar. This design, which is evocative of that of the Google Pixel, would incorporate the lenses while a flash and the LiDAR would be offset to the right. Idea by the designer Canada Kane tweets on X has attracted passionate comments from admirers. According to the source Majin Buu, accessory producers have already begun to conceive bespoke cases. However, one of the models displayed on the models does not have this progression of bar on the back. Other modifications are indicated, such as a probable lowering of the dynamic island on the Pro models, foreshadowing the eventual deletion of Face ID behind the screen. The same source suggests the replacement of the action button with a capacitive button with haptic feedback. In terms of colors, according to reports, the iPhone 17 Pro might be sold in a sky blue tint, comparable to that of the MacBook Air. Finally, there is chatter that even the Pro versions may ditch titanium and revert to an aluminum chassis, a less costly alternative for Apple, but perhaps regarded as less quality. The iPhone 17's camera system is likely to see some substantial enhancements, particularly on the Pro variants. All variants in the iPhone 17 lineup, including the regular, Air Pro, and Pro Max versions, are likely to sport a new 24-megapixel front-facing camera, doubling the existing 12-megapixel resolution. As for the rear cameras, according to Tipster Digital Chat Station, the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max might feature a third 48-megapixel sensor for the telephoto lens, culminating in 1. The wide-angle, size 1/1.3 inch, unaltered. 2. The super wide-angle, unaltered. 3. The telephoto lens with 5x optical zoom, currently 12 megapixel. Apple might possibly take the iPhone 17 Pro a step further by adding 8K video recording, for the first time a breakthrough made possible by a new generation of more powerful sensors. Additionally, an ability to capture video concurrently with both the front and back cameras is also under discussion, allowing a more immersive and participatory approach to video. The iPhone 17 Air, on the other hand, might make some sacrifices. Some think the ultra-thin variant could lack an ultra-wide-angle sensor owing to space or cost concerns. The debut of the iPhone 17 should naturally be followed by the release of iOS 19, the next major update of Apple's mobile operating system. Expectations are high, especially on the artificial intelligence front following the mixed introduction of Apple Intelligence with iOS 18. Several sources also indicate shakeups in the Siri leadership team after delays on the Assistant's AI update, a hint that Apple is seeking to right the ship. While iOS 18 set the framework, iOS 19 might include more sophisticated AI functions, but substantial new features that properly harness the technology may not come until iOS 20. The relationship between hardware and software will be vital. The considerable increase in RAM projected for some models is considered as a precondition for future, more powerful generative AI capabilities. Mark Gurman's hypothesis regarding a probable substantial visual revamp in iOS 19, arguably the most important since iOS 7, adds validity to the concept of a new start for the user interface. Current speculations concerning additional features in iOS 19 include 1. Stage Manager, expected introduction of the multitasking display capability currently existing on iPad when the phone is linked to an external screen. 2. Captive Wi-Fi, a function that instantly synchronizes information from captive Wi-Fi networks, making it simpler to connect in hotels, businesses, and gyms. 3. RCS text messages, better interoperability with Android devices, including end-to-end encryption. 4. Artificial intelligence, integration of various partner AI models. At the core of the iPhone 17, we anticipate to see Apple's new in-house chips, the A19 for the regular and Air versions, and the A19 Pro for the Pro and Pro Max or Ultra variants. Beyond the brute power of these new CPUs, it's the changes to the RAM that's really attracting the attention. According to analyst Ming-Chi Kuo, the iPhone 17 Pro, 17 Pro Max, and importantly, the iPhone 17 Air would come with 12 gigs of RAM. The basic iPhone 17, however, would stay at 8 gigs. This considerable increase is regarded as crucial for future Apple Intelligence capabilities, even if the basic iPhone 17 may likely be less well suited for complex AI tasks in the future. To control the heat possibly created by these more powerful CPUs, the Pro versions might feature a vapor chamber, a cooling mechanism prevalent on Android but novel for the iPhone, to prevent thermal throttling. On the connection side, Apple would continue its attempts of independence with the in-house Apple C1 5G modem, which might equip the iPhone 17 Air. Note that the collaboration with Qualcomm remains in force until 2027 for the other models. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo forecasts the incorporation of Apple-designed Wi-Fi 7 chips across the iPhone 17 range, replacing the present Broadcom components. The iPhone 17's display might signify a big milestone, particularly for non-Pro versions. Rumor has it that an expansion of ProMotion, adaptive refresh rate up to 120 Hz, and always-on display technology is planned for the full range, including the iPhone 17 and 17 Air. This would be a much-anticipated improvement, addressing a recurrent vulnerability of conventional models in the face of Android competition. For the Pro models, the progression would be different. The prospective replacement of the present LTPO technology with low dielectric T is also among the projected new characteristics. This technique would employ so-called low-K materials to increase energy efficiency, like LTPO, but also the durability and responsiveness of the screen. In addition, a new version of the ceramic shield covering is rumored to be in the works. Developed with Corning, this new coating would feature an ultra-hard anti-reflective layer that is more scratch-resistant, boosting both readability and durability of the displays throughout the spectrum. Battery life remains a significant factor for customers, and Apple looks to be pursuing a distinct method with the iPhone 17 series. While the iPhone 17 Air stresses thinness, even if it means possibly sacrificing on battery capacity, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is expected to go the other approach. Apple is apparently contemplating expanding the width of its biggest model to accommodate an even greater capacity battery. The objective would be to establish new endurance records, building on the exceptional performance previously obtained by the iPhone 16 Pro Max, launched with 33 hours of movie playing. This strategy to boosting battery capacity would match the demands of intensive users for whom autonomy takes priority over thinness. Leaked mock-ups, dummies, from sources like Sonny Dixon give a realistic peek of future technology and pose numerous issues. One noteworthy element is eSIM card trays. Their appearance on mock-ups of the Pro models would imply that eSIM is not yet ubiquitous globally on these high-end variants. In contrast, no indication of SIM trays is evident on prototypes of the iPhone 17 and 17 Air. Given the thinness of the iPhone 17 Air, numerous media sites are predicting that it might become the first eSIM iPhone to be launched outside the United States. Apple also looks to be a touch ahead of its regular manufacturing timeline, with technical certification for at least one of the 4 models now ongoing. In terms of pricing, several experts expect that Apple might boost the cost of its next models, following a relative stability last year. The explanation is undoubtedly the present trade tensions, but the brand might choose to emphasize advancements in design and innovation. The iPhone 17 Air, for example, might start at $2,300 according to first unofficial reports. The current iPhone 16 range begins in France at €969 and increases to €1,229 for the iPhone 16 Pro. So, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more tech news. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.